I was going to be done playing in 23, and literally right before I did the Monday for Wichita, like I was going to help out with the OSU golf team and make a 30-footer to get into the tournament in a 4-way playoff. And then Friday night, make the same 30-footer on the same hole to make the cut. And then I shoot 64, 63, I think, on the weekend, lose the tournament by 1 shot.
These are the stories from a life spent chasing a dream. Each tale is full of ups, downs, and pivotal moments that define and advance a career.
I'm Zach Bauchou. This is my original path. Grew up in Lynchburg, Virginia, but now live in Edmond, Oklahoma. My dad introduced me to the game as a kid. Kind of crazy to think about now, but yeah, I always wanted to play golf as a kid.
Well, that kid would grow up to be one of the best junior golfers in the world. Zach decided to play his college golf at Oklahoma State University. Going to SU would be a huge turning point in Zach's story.
It feels like such a long time ago that I first went to college. I think for me that was the big step in becoming my own person and becoming like an adult per se. And obviously OSU, with the history that it had, they've had a bunch of great players come through there. They had a great team when I was in high school, so I thought, okay, I'll go play with these guys that are much better than me, even though I was a decent little player, and that'll be something that drives me to get better at the game. Welcome to Carson Creek. This is where the OSU golf team hangs out and plays. So spent a lot of time here when I was still young. This wall here we have the Big 12 championships, and we won a couple of them. My senior year, you can see we won the Big 12 championship here, 2019. Over here we have the All-American plaques and a couple hundred plaques. This is pretty cool history to put all of your accomplishments in perspective, and just to show you all the guys that have come through Oklahoma State. So we'll try to look for a couple of my plaques here. Here's me right here, 2017 All-American, 2018 All-American, 2019 All-American. And you can see they just group them by individual, so I was All-American my last three years here. So that was pretty cool. Miss being a student? Is that what you said? I don't miss being a student, but I miss being with the guys and hanging out and having a good time. That was the part I didn't realize going into professional golf, is you're all alone in this thing by yourself, so you got to treasure those moments as a team, and winning as a team is a lot of fun. 2018 was a really cool year for us. We had a great team that year. I think we had won every event from the spring to the Big 12, and they played the Big 12 at Southern Hills, and OU beat us at the Big 12, and I remember that focused all of us. It was like, hey, we can be beaten. And yeah, then we go on to win the national championship at Carson Creek.
Bauchou, who was 5 under on his round through 8. Are you kidding me?
Like in college golf, you don't get that many fans, but there was a lot of OSU people there, and everyone was in orange. So it was, yeah, that was a really awesome week. I was never the best player at OSU, at like when I was playing my best, I was still maybe second or third on the team because we had Victor and Matt Wolf on the team, but it always pushed me to get better, to find ways to improve.
Zach would turn pro in 2019, and unlike a few of those teammates he mentioned, he didn't have immediate success on the PGA Tour. In fact, it was quite the opposite.
Yeah, I kind of struggled with my game when I came out of school. I got a couple starts summer of 2019, but didn't play very well, and then missed at Q School. I went to Asian Tour Q School in February 2020. Got on that, and then the pandemic hit, so they took a year and a half off, and then I managed to lose my game during that time too. So I had a lot of stuff going against me, to be honest. When I say lost my game, like I truly lost it. I was shooting 100.
What?
Oh yeah, for 6 months, like.
100?
100, yeah, for 6 months. Like could not get it in play or anything like that. You gotta be kidding me. So yeah, it was fully lost. Now looking back, that's kind of a blessing for me. I ended up losing my status in early 23 for the 1 year. Looking back, if I hadn't lost my status, I would have played the Asian Tour in 23. Instead, I was doing Mondays for the Corn Ferry Tour, and I ended up Mondaying into Wichita and make a 30-footer to get into the tournament in a 4-way playoff, and then Friday night make the same 30-footer on the same hole to make the cut. and then I shoot 64, 63, I think, on the weekend, lose the tournament by 1 shot. So it was basically out of nowhere. And I think about this periodically. If I had played well on the Asian Tour, I probably wouldn't have went to Q School, and I would probably still be playing in Asia right now. So I got, looking back, I got very fortunate to play good golf at the right time. So I finished 83rd on the points list in 23 after playing maybe 8 events. Guys had played 25 events and I played 8 and I finished 83rd. So I played pretty solid golf. Managed to figure some things out during that year. And my wife was pregnant at the time, and we had made a deal that, okay, if at any point anything happens, I'll just come home and we'll figure it out. And first round of PGA Tour Q School, a rules official, I remember he came up to me on like the 12th hole. He's like, hey, we don't normally do this because it really messes with people. Like if something, happens. He's like, but I think your wife went into labor. And I was like, oh boy.
This is finals, right?
Yeah, this is final stage of Q School. And, the 83rd from the previous year was going to get me a couple starts, but it wasn't great status. You think of all the opportunities that you're pushing on the back end and all the work that you've done for that. And so I ended up withdrawing and coming home, and James was born Friday morning. And I was there, I made it home. It's freed me up in a way, and it's changed a lot about my life. We now have 2 kids, James and Cooper. They're 2 and 1 now. I think it makes me work harder on my game because I just try to put things in buckets. Like, okay, this is my practice time, this is my time with the family. Try not to be super distracted when you're practicing. It's easy to get on your phone, but now I'm like, I have a certain window that I'm gonna be out there, so let's try to get as much out of it as we can. So that part can be beneficial for me. But 24, I played well, and I had a chance to get my card at French Lick. I played really well at French Lick. Like French Lick was the first week where things had matched up, and I had I think I had a 4-shot lead going into Saturday there. Hung in there on Saturday, and then on Sunday, I had to par the last 3 holes at French Lick to get my card. 16 is a hard hole out there. You got water all along the right. Maybe it's 195 or 200 yards. The wind's blowing 25 off the left that day, and the green's like 10 yards wide. Like, it's a pretty tough hole. I know I need to make a par, so I'm trying to hit this thing on the green, but not in the water. And I actually made a pretty good swing with a 6 or a 5 iron, and it ends up going in the water. And I bogey the last 3 holes and don't get my card that year.
What did that feel like?
That was gut wrenching, to be honest with you. Yeah, that was a tough moment. And I had my wife there with me that week, and I actually remember in the car with her, and she was pretty devastated because all week I had played well, and I needed to get 4th place or better to get my card. So I was always within getting my card until the last 3 holes of the tournament, which made it even more difficult. But I told her, like, hey, when we come back here next year, we need to have this deal done to where it doesn't matter. You can't mess it up. I left it up to chance, and I had a good chance to do it. I didn't pull it off the last 3 holes. 25, I continued with the improvements I had made in my game in 24, but I felt like overall things had just really gotten better. I'd gotten better traveling, gotten more used to the courses. I think everything felt more polished in 25. I had a couple chances to win early on in the year, but didn't really get it done. And then in Tennessee, I ended up winning. To win, you kind of have to have a couple things in your game match up in order to, shoot 20 some under par, whatever it's going to be.
Zach would return to French Lick in 25 with a tour card already locked up for the following season.
Yeah, it was stress-free. When I got to 16, I wasn't really worried. I was like, I can hit it anywhere, and life is good right now.
Early in his rookie season on tour, Zach's spending an off week at home here in Oklahoma. He's a member at Oak Tree National. His club has a long history of tour playing members.
So you can feel the history as you walk in there, from Bauchou, Verplank, some of the Sooner guys that I won't mention their names. A lot of guys have played and practiced there, and they have all their stuff up on the walls. And guys really do a good job of getting together and playing some games, which I like. I like getting out there and playing for some money, competing. So it's a cool place to be, and it feels like home. I've been a member there for a while now. Want to look back And you like to think that the stuff that you've been through in life makes you tougher and makes you able to compete better, but I really do believe that for myself. Going through the stuff that I've been through has made me stronger, more resilient on the back end. So I look at that stuff and I guess I'm thankful for it in a certain way. So it's been a long, short journey so far. I wouldn't trade it for anything because I feel like it's made me the person that I am and it's put me in the spot that I need to be in. And I'm super happy to be playing the PGA Tour, playing over here against the best players in the world. And that's always what I wanted to do as a kid, is play with the best players in the world. And so it's a dream come true for me.